It's time for Top That Trade, starring Phil Flynn, a Fox Business Network contributor, and Alan Neckman, a pro options trader, here to play our trader game. Here we go with round number one, guys. Shoe me the money. Nike versus Under Armour. Which stock is the better buy?
Well, I like Nike. It's been trading between 55 and 65 for the last few months. It's at 60 right now in the middle for me in this beautiful wedge. So from a technical pattern, a move up to 70 looks like where it's going next. Under Armour just doesn't do anything for me. Yes, they have Steph Curry, but he got hurt, so I don't know if that's a good sign for the stock.
Forget about who's pushing this stuff. Let's talk about who's going to be buying this stuff. And I'll tell you what, Under Armour, sold off pretty high from that big spike over 30% down. But guess what? They're going to start moving into a market that Nike has really had the control of, and that is the ladies market. That's right, the ladies market.
I was going to ask, what's the last Under Armour thing you bought?
Ladies.
Now that answers the question.
There you go.
That is the question.
The
PE ratio for Under Armour is 60. Nike is half of that. I don't think you can beat the champ.
I don't think you can
beat the champ.
I think you're going to like Under Armour. I think Under Armour has a lot of ways to go. It's the new kid on the block, and it's going to give Nike a run for its money.
20% in Nike.
Let's run over to the next question then. Phone scam. Verizon is taking a cue from the movie The Big Short and could eventually issue bonds backed by customer cell phone bill payments. Does this signal a top for VZ?
I think it's actually a fantastic idea. It's a great new financial vehicle. And let's face it, one of the things that these kids will pay on their last thing, they may not pay their college loans off, but they're going to pay their cell phone bill. Are
they
you
absolutely
kidding me? That'll be
need that.
They need this. This is a need. It's not a want anymore.
But the problem is this.
I think cell phone bill before food.
Are getting their phones through the phone companies, not getting free phones anymore. So the problem is, if they default, who gets paid first? The phone, the company that gave them the phone, or the company that their provider?
I think over time, the amount their money is going to more than pay for the phone.
I don't like the idea. After seeing the movie for the first time in the last couple of weeks, I just don't like the idea of making a bond out of a series of payments. My stock in this sector that I like is going old school, BlackBerry. BlackBerry, believe it or not. It's trading between 7 and 8 for almost a year now, and it's right now at the 7 level, so that targets a breakout above 8, targets 9, which is a nice, healthy move. Very limited downside. BlackBerry is a brand. It's got name recognition. There's something that can be done with it.
BlackBerry, back to the past. I want a blast from the past. I can't believe it. I think he's going to be recommending 8-tracks next week.
Your thumbs.
You're going to be going with 8-tracks next week.
The 10-year low on that is 6, so it's a risk-reward play. A risk-reward play.
All right, go ahead. BlackBerry it is. I actually think there's big problems in that space, so BlackBerry I think is going to have problems. More problems.
There's nothing wrong with owning an 8-track. Moving on to round number 3, Pick or Purge. A $2 billion fund run by a computer has outperformed 90% of humans who run funds in the last 5 years. Since your work may no longer matter, pick a play today.
What?
Well, that came from because I know that you have someone give you information. You don't actually do your research for this show.
I've got a research team.
So you've got like a computer. Is he a computer?
I've got a team. I've got a computer.
Is it a computer or a person?
It's actually a monkey.
All right,
the monkey's outperformed you, by the way.
My pick to click
the last 6 months.
My pick to click because I can think for myself is this. British Petroleum.
British Petroleum.
28 to 32, broke out of 32. It's going to 36. That stock has been so undervalued for so long. It's down 20% in the last 5 years, where the S&P is up 50%. The risk reward, British Petroleum, oil above 45, going quickly to 50 to really kind of squeeze it to people. So we'll see.
Well, we did have a historic downgrade of ExxonMobil, and you know what that means to me? The bottom for oil is in, and Alan may be onto something, but I thought we were talking about computer stuff, computerized trading. What about IBM?
It asked you to pick. That was the question. You got to pick something.
I'm going to pick IBM. I think IBM is the future. I think the cloud technology is going to be very strong.
And you give me a bad time about BlackBerry?
I give you a bad time about BlackBerry. IBM is the guy who's making the type of robotic computer thinking. You ever hear of Watson? Watson's going to be taking our jobs.
I see those commercials. I don't believe them.
Actually, I don't think Watson would be as good on television as I. He doesn't have the good looks you do.
He doesn't have the personality that you do.
Thank you. Bye.
Yikes.
Now on to our bonus round question for today.
Bonus time. I thought we'd never get through this thing.
Here we go.
Goodness for the bonus question.
Here we go.
McDonald's is testing no preservatives in which of its food items? Burgers,
McNuggets. I win.
Burgers, fries, or McNuggets?
How come we get so many chicken questions when Alan is not?
I win. 2 in a row.
fries. You know, I have to think preservatives are good for you. You know
look-
what?
you
I
look
think
preserved.
I look very well
You look
preserved.
preserved.
For my age, are you kidding me? I would not look this good without preservatives.
If
He
I
said,
look
can I
half
take the same
that
thing?
good, would I
This
get to
is,
be
this is
your
a
age?
lay down chicken question
Would I-
again
if I
for
look
the
half as
chicken
good
king
as you do,
over
and
here.
I'm your age,
All
I'll
right,
be happy.
fine. All right, burgers. I'm going to say burgers just to be different.
The answer is McNuggets. You both
This
are well
is
preserved. Thank you for being on the show.
These are fixed. The fix is
Business
it.
First AM continues after this.